everyone. Good morning. So we will begin shortly. Thank you all for joining in on a Saturday morning. So just bear with us for a few minutes. We'll be beginning shortly.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Dr.
Wonderful.
Vasuti.
Hello, Dr. Neetu. Do we have everyone in the room?
Yes, I guess.
Yes,
Okay.
I think we can.
Yes.
Wonderful. So who's going to be sharing the slides? Do we have Jolly here?
I'll share the screen.
You will?
Yeah.
Great.
Just a moment.
Let's show your photo and then I'll introduce you and we can begin. And
Sure.
we have the great. If you can share the next slide. There we go. So welcome everyone to today's webinar. We are going to be listening to Dr. Neetu Mohan today. Neetu Mohan is an Ayurvedic physician licensed in India. She is, sometimes in India we call it a Vaidya, but she is a specialist in Ayurveda and supportive care using neurology and gastroenterology. She's located in Kochi, which is known as Cochin in Kerala. It's the port city. She combines her clinical expertise with a passion for teaching to provide clinical training for international Ayurveda students at a couple of schools. She's also a person that used to work at the same place where my guru was located in Ayurveda Pharmacy, Coimbatore, AVP. She was previously an assistant professor at an Ayurveda medical college. She received the best paper presentation at 5 national seminars, and she is a wonderful speaker, a video content creator. And we love her on our team of 25 experts because she's so engaging and very clear with her words. And in this case, when we're talking about headaches, it's so important that we have someone who really understands headaches, migraines, and pain, really. Pain is one of the things that is so disturbing for patients. It really disembodies them. So they're not in their body because pain is too much. It also confuses them. And so Dr. Neetu brings us to that place where we can come back into our bodies and feel safe through a combination of different therapies that she's going to describe today. So Dr. Neetu, welcome. And we look forward to listening to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vasuti. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And hi, everyone. Once again, thank you for joining in on a Saturday morning. We understand how important weekends are for you. And if you have taken that first step towards, listening to this, so that means you have taken the first step towards holistic health and, giving importance to yourself, which is very, very important. So thank you so much. So today we are going to talk about headaches. And not just headaches. We are not just going to talk about headaches, but the root cause of headaches and how to address the root cause of headaches. So that's very important to understand what is going wrong in your body, right? So before we begin, I'd like to give you a heads up that, this is kind of, I'm breaking the surprise here, but still towards the end, we will be having a do it along live demo of foot massage. So if you can grab a moisturizing cream or, probably a few drops of coconut oil or sesame oil, and then join the session, that'll be more useful. We can do it together towards the end. So just a heads up to you. Towards the end, we'll be doing that. So now we'll talk about what headaches are, how important are headaches. Is this just a pain? There are so many myths circulating around headaches. So we'll talk about all that. But whenever I talk about this particular topic called headaches, or whenever I give seminars or webinars on this particular topic, there is one common question that I often get, which is, aren't headaches is normal? Isn't it just a part of, a normal hectic day where you just have to pop in a pill, take some water, take some rest, and then get ready for the rest of the day? What is there so much to discuss on it? So that is one common question I get. And before we begin, I would like to get your perspective on this particular statement that I just made, and which you will be seeing on my screen now, that headaches are just a pain. So if you feel that yes, headaches are just a pain, you can put yes in the chat box. If you feel that no, headaches are much more than a pain, they are signs of something much deeper, then you can put no in the chat box. So I'll take a quick pause, Dr. Baswati, to get the answers in the chat box. Yes, and I would appreciate your replies. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, we are getting some answers in the chat box. No, no. Okay, great. Great. Glad to know that, most of you are aware of what headaches are. So it's pretty easy. So let me get into this deeper, get into this statement deeper. Okay, we have mixed responses as well. Some are saying, yes, headaches are just a pain. So let's just break it down. I'll walk you through the journey of my client, Alice. Alice is a 35-year-old female who is an IT professional who is working in a very successful IT company. And she came to me with very frequent throbbing headaches on one side of head, associated with nausea and visual disturbances. And she was diagnosed with migraine headache for over 10 years. And when she came to me to get help, to get further help, I would say, she was already on analgesics. Analgesics means it's a group of painkillers, what we usually call as painkillers, and also on anti-epileptics. Anti-epileptics are a group of medicines which are given for serious neurological problems and sometimes in very severe and chronic headaches as well. So she was already on that. And the long-term use of medicines was already disrupting her metabolism, her appetite, her bowel patterns, and even her mood. So one thing she came to me and asked me is that, how can I taper these medicines? How can I get rid of these medicines? I'm tired of taking these medicines on a daily basis, and still the headaches are not getting solved. So what is there that you can give me? So that was the question which she had asked to us. So, every case or every communication or every client which comes to me, we do a thorough assessment of them. So we started with a thorough assessment. We assessed her symptoms thoroughly. We understood that her pains, her headaches were very severe. Like, we asked her to grade her pain on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is where 0 can be no pain and 10 can be the most amount of pain, most severe pain. And she graded it somewhere at 8. So that means her pains are very, very severe. And then since we understood her symptoms, we did not stop our communication there. We went ahead with thorough, detailed communication to understand her better and deeper. So we talked about her bowel habits, her appetite patterns, her diet patterns, her sleep pattern, the stressors that she was dealing with, and even her emotional state and psychological state. Because, that's very important to understand what the person is going through when we talk about headaches. So we talked about this, took a couple of sessions. This didn't happen over a session or over an hour. It took a couple of sessions for us to understand her better and for her to feel comfortable with us and share her stories. And slowly we understood her red flags. The main red flags which I could figure out was her diet pattern. She was skipping meals on a daily basis because, she was having very irregular meal timings because of her corporate job. The amount of stress that she was dealing with at her job and in her family. And also, while she spoke, she also mentioned about the unresolved childhood trauma that she was carrying since a long time, which she could not speak with anyone, which she could not share with anyone. And we understood that these are the red flags that she is dealing with, which is triggering the inflammation in her and causing the headaches. Now we decided to intervene and give her some holistic suggestions, I would say, where we started with diet suggestions, because diet is very important in any condition, any disease condition, any health issue. Diet is a very important factor. So we identified her food triggers. In migraine headaches, usually we have triggers. When you take something or when you have something, then that must be the trigger for your headache. So it's very important to understand what is causing this, what is this trigger and what is causing this issue in your body. So I asked her to keep a diary of what she is eating, how much she is eating, and at what time she is eating for at least 1 to 2 weeks. And slowly we understood that certain food items were triggering her headaches. So we identified the food triggers and then advised a diet plan which suits her gut type and her daily routine, because she was very busy. It was not possible for her to cook on a daily basis 3 times a day. That was not possible for her. So it was very important to understand her daily patterns and then give her a diet plan which suited her. So that was the first step we took. Now, the next step was to slowly incorporate yoga practices, yoga postures, breathing exercises into her routine, which she was kind of reluctant to in the beginning because of her busy schedules. But slowly we incorporated breathing exercises. We gave her alternate nostril breathing. And slowly she started to incorporate that on a for 15 minutes a day, for 30 minutes a day. And it slowly improved. That was the second step. And since her headache was very chronic, and we also found out that there was a family history of headaches in our family. So that means that the inflammation is even more deeper. There we needed the support of herbal supplements, and we suggested some herbal supplements basically to correct her digestive fire and to correct the inflammation, or to correct the inflammation that was happening in her whole body. So this was the intervention that we gave. And slowly she started improving. And after a month, she came back to me with a wide smile saying that her headaches, the severity of her headaches has come down. She was still facing headaches, she was still having headaches, but the severity has come down from 8, which was 8 in the beginning, has come down to 2 now. And also her quality of life improved, her interaction with the family, her relationship with the family, her work life balance, everything improved, and total quality of life also improved. So this is why I said headaches are not just pains. They may be signals of deeper imbalances that you are dealing with, which you may not be aware of. And it's very important to understand what those imbalances are and then correct them. So that's the story of Alice. Now, the next common myth, most common myth I've heard about headaches is all headaches are the same. This mostly I've heard it from the bystanders or people who come with the clients to my clinic. They simply say that she or he is just exaggerating the pain. They are overreacting. I mean, even I get headaches. I don't lock myself up in a room for like 1 to 2 days. This is kind of overreacting. This is kind of exaggerating. After all headaches are the same. But let me remind you that all headaches are not the same, because medical science has identified at least 150 types of headaches, so more than 150 types of headaches, which has been broadly classified into acute headaches and chronic headaches. Acute headaches means when you have an emergency condition where your BP is shooting up, or you have some serious issue going on in your body, and that headaches must be a signal of those serious issues where you need emergency intervention. But there is another group of headache, which is kind of chronic headaches, which is kind of very severe, coming very frequently, pestering you, disrupting your social life, disrupting your daily routines and everything. And those headaches are called as chronic headaches. And among chronic headaches, these 3 types of headaches, which you're seeing on my screen right now, which is tension headache, migraine headache, and sinus headache. These are the 3 important types of headaches. And how to differentiate this is by understanding the characteristics of those headaches. So if it's a tension headache, you'll be feeling a dull, aching pain in your head. Like it'll be like a pressure band given to your forehead. If you tie your forehead tightly with a band or something, then you feel a pressure on your forehead, right? So those kind of headaches are called tension headaches. They give you a feeling of tightness. Along with that, they may also give you feeling of tightness or pain on your neck and shoulder muscles as well. Those are tension headaches. But migraine headaches are much more severe, much more throbbing, much more pulsating. They actually, you feel that they typically occur on one side of the head. You feel that something is going to break inside your head. Those kind of pulsating headaches, and associated with various gut health issues also, like you may vomit, you may have light sensitivity, you may have sensitivity to noise or smell, and many other factors also come along with migraine headaches. So those kind of headaches are called migraine headaches. Now, coming to sinus headaches are very much different from these 2 types of headaches. It's because of the inflammation that you're having in your sinuses. Sinuses are air-filled spaces in your head. So you have some air-filled spaces in your head, and those are called sinuses. If those spaces are filled with mucus or with kapha, then you get a congested feeling, and then those cause headaches, and those headaches are called as sinus headaches. Typically, it presents as pain and pressure on your forehead, around your eyes, on your cheeks, etc., where you have facial tenderness. And sometimes you may feel feverish, nasal congestions are there. So all these symptoms come along with sinus headaches. So these are the three main kinds of chronic headaches. And now, why am I calling them very common? Is because statistics say so. Statistics say that migraine headaches occur in 20.7% of women worldwide and 9.7% of men. And tension headaches are highly variable in prevalence. It may range somewhere from 1.3 to 65% in men and 2.7 to 86% in women. And coming to sinus headaches, it impacts 30 million American adults. We can't believe the number, right? 30 million American adults annually due to sinusitis. And that's why I call them very common. Now, usually, the journey ends here. Like, when you go to a clinic, you understand what type of headache you have. Then the next step is usually the prescription. But there is one link which we usually miss. We miss to convey to the clinician, or the clinician misses to find it out also, which is the relationship between headache and your gut. Gut is, many researchers have proven that gut is the initiator of all your problems, of inflammation in your body. The gut-brain axis, your gut and the brain talks to each other continuously, every second, every minute. They are like best friends, conveying things to each other. And this link, if you miss this link, then you're missing the most important thing in your headache journey, or any condition journey, I would say. Because gut is the root of inflammation. It's the ground of food sensitivities. And this is what Ayurveda exactly says. Ayurveda is probably one of the oldest medical sciences which has talked about the gut-brain axis. Because the root cause of diseases, when it is described in Ayurveda, it's said that all the diseases stem from your gut, or all the diseases start from your gut. Your gut, there is the digestive fire in your gut, which basically digests and metabolizes what you eat and everything. So this Agni, this is called as Agni, the digestive fire is called as Agni. This Agni, if it is disrupted, if it is disturbed, then that causes toxin buildup in your body, and thus inflammation starts in your body. So that's the connection which Ayurveda describes between gut and the cause of diseases. And here in headache also, the relationship between gut and headache is very, very important, because this disruption may lead to delayed gastric emptying, microbiome imbalance, and stress responses, and thus causing headaches. So there is no chance that we are going to miss this link. And this link is often missed. That's the greatest irony, I would say. Now, tell me this point. If you see my screen, you can see that, or we have figured out that, we have understood that there are different causes to your headaches. There are different triggers to your headache. Headaches come with different symptoms, and there are different types of headaches. Now, when everything is different, how are we drawing this equation to one painkiller? We have different causes, different triggers, different symptoms, different types, but the solution is just one painkiller. How is this equation working? This equation is the most wrong equation that I've ever seen in my life. Because when your causes are different, when we think out of common sense, we understand that when your causes are different, the solution should also be different. There is no one size fits all, or there is no one solution that can be given to all your problems. When you are different, when your causes are different, when your triggers are different, you need different solutions. This cannot be equated to a painkiller. While I'm talking this, I'm not denying the fact that, we may need painkillers in life. We all take painkillers at some point. When we cannot tolerate the pain that we are dealing with, painkillers come for help. Like, it's quite natural that we reach out to that painkillers. But what I'm trying to say is, if you are taking that painkiller every morning, every evening after food, it becomes a part of your daily routine, then that's a problem. Then that means that you are not giving solutions to your body. Instead, you are just numbing the pain by giving the painkiller. You're just cutting the tip of the iceberg, whereas the base, the root is still there, strong and wide. So that is not happening, and your body is getting disrupted by the daily intake of these tablets. So you need something more than painkillers. That is very evident now, that since we have all these things different, we need something more. And that is where actually integrated care can help. Integrated management principles can help. And that is what at Live Your Best Life we do also. We incorporate Ayurvedic management principles. So whenever we are trying to find solutions to your headaches, we concentrate on your digestive fire, the acne in your gut. which is helping you to metabolize and digest your food. Which is if your acne is disrupted, the basic cause of inflammation. So restoring the digestive fire is very, very important. Now, the second part is to address the bioenergy imbalances in your body. See, Ayurveda believes that there are three building blocks. Let me put it very simple. There are three building blocks in your body, which are three bioenergies: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So, and these three bioenergies are in different proportions in each one of us. So, in my body, it may be in a different proportion. In Dr. Baswati's body, it may be in a different proportion. In others' body, it may be in some other different proportion. And that is why we are all different and unique from each other. What makes us unique is this difference in proportion of these bioenergies. And when these bioenergies are imbalanced in your body, then you have a disease condition or you have a health issue. So it's very important to correct that imbalance and bring these bioenergies to the balance that is unique for you. So understanding what is your unique balance, understanding what is your imbalance, and then correcting that imbalance is very, very important when it comes to Ayurvedic management principles. And that is one thing we concentrate when we incorporate Ayurvedic principles. So addressing your bioenergy imbalance is the next step. And another major contributing factor to all this inflammation is your emotional and psychological factors. Ayurveda speaks about this. Ayurveda says that the major reason for your toxin buildup, other than your food, your lifestyle, and everything, is your manasika bhavas. Manasika bhavas means emotional factors. When you have unaddressed emotions, when you are dealing with a lot of traumas, those emotions are causing are silent triggers to your inflammation. They are silently causing inflammation in your body, which, when one trigger approaches you, then it comes out as a condition. So these imbalances in emotional and psychological factors should also be addressed and taken care of, and thus restore the dosha balance, the bioenergy balance that is unique for you. So this point is very, very important. And that is why I'm going back to my first point, that headaches are not just pains. So now that we have understood that there are different types of headaches, and Ayurveda sees in a very different pattern, Ayurveda gives importance to the bioenergy imbalance in your body. Let's just take a quick assessment and see what type of headache you are having according to Ayurveda. So now you'll be getting a link in the chat box. I would encourage all of you to click on that link and address understand what you are dealing with, what kind of headache you are dealing with, just by answering three simple questions. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and just do some self-analysis. So yeah, I would appreciate all of you. I would encourage all of you to answer this questionnaire, which has come up in your chat box. And let's take a quick pause for you to answer. You can give me a hint in the chat box when you are when you have completed answering. Okay. Were you able to answer? Shall we move ahead? There's no hurry at all. There's no hurry at all. Whenever you are ready, you can give me a yes in the chat box. Okay, great. Thank you. We'll wait for 2 or 3 people more. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I think we will take it forward. You still can keep answering if you want time to think about it. You can still keep answering. We have, a couple of more slides to get to the answer. So no need to hurry at all. Yeah. So now let's talk about solutions. We have talked about all the root causes, all the triggers, all the different types of headaches and everything. Now it's time to talk about solutions and the integrated approach to headaches. And as the first thing to do when we approach a client with headache is to concentrate on his or her diet. Because as I told you, we have heard many phrases that food is medicine or you are what you eat and everything. But I would like to rephrase it as you are what you digest, you are what you metabolize. So digestion is very important. What you metabolize, how you metabolize is very important. Your digestive fire is very important. And one of the major factor that can impact the gut-brain axis, your digestive fire, and every process that's going on in your body is diet. Because diet is that fuel which we give to our body, right? So it's very important to observe, to see what we are eating, to give importance to what and how we are eating. So diet impacts the gut-brain axis, and there are many foods which have proved to give results in headaches or reducing the headache symptoms. For example, foods rich in essential fatty acids and amino acids, or fruits like pomegranate, which boost mood and brain functions. Spices like ginger possess strong pain relieving activities. So we have multiple researchers to prove all this. But we need more idea to learn how to incorporate this, right? Now, I understand that now most of you must be wondering how to incorporate pomegranate into my daily routine. How much ginger should I take? This is very generic. I know I am not getting any idea of what you're speaking. I completely understand that. I completely hear you out. So that is why I want to help you with some spices that will be helpful to you. We say that kitchen is the pharmacy. If house is the home is the hospital, then kitchen is the pharmacy. So there are some spices in your kitchen which can actually help you out based on the type of headache you are dealing with. And that is why we answered that questionnaire. So if you have answered the questionnaire as dull aching pain, if you're dealing with headaches that are dull aching pain, which increases towards the evening, and if you feel bloated or constipated very often, then probably you're dealing with a vata kind of headache, and there you can take fenugreek tea. So to make fenugreek tea, you can just take half teaspoon of fenugreek seeds, boil it in 1 glass of water for like 5 minutes, and then sip it warm every day morning, and if needed in the evening as well. Like if you're feeling very bloated towards the evening, you can drink it in the evening as well. So that's fenugreek tea for vata headaches. And if you have answered the questionnaire as severe throbbing headaches, mostly during afternoon times and associated with heartburns, then you may be dealing with pitta type of headaches where you need fennel tea. So here again, you can take half teaspoon of fennel seeds, boil it in 1 glass of water for 5 minutes. So, in pitta cases, I would recommend to boil it during the night and then keep it overnight and drink it as the first thing in the morning. That is more advisable. But still, if you forget to keep it overnight and boil it at night and everything, then you can do it in the morning and sip it lukewarm also. There's no problem with that. So fennel tea actually decreases the heat, the excess heat in your body, and corrects the pitta imbalances in your body, and thus reduces inflammation in your body. Now coming to the ginger tea for kapha. So if you have answered the questionnaire where you have headaches, which gives you heaviness of head, mostly during morning times and also associated with indigestion mostly, then ginger tea is the best thing for you. So here you have to take 1 piece of ginger, crush it, boil it in 1 glass of water for 5 minutes, and sip it warm after meals. I would recommend it after meals because it's heat in potency. So if you have heartburns or something, acid regurgitations and things like that, then it's advisable to take it after meals. If you don't have any acid related issues, then you can take it in empty stomach as well. But I would recommend it to be on the safer side to sip it after meals. So this actually is hot in potency. It actually opens up your clogged channels, your clogged sinuses. You corrects your nasal condition and gives you a lot of relief from that kapha clogging that is happening in your head, and thus relieves sinus headaches. So these are some quick tips that you can try at home from today onwards, and continue it for 1 to 2 weeks and see the difference yourself. Now, the next thing or next important limb in integrated care is yoga. Yoga asanas and yoga pranayamas, or breathing techniques, we call it. Yoga, many researchers have proved that yoga reduces pain intensity and severity in headache. It reduces the perceived stress by reducing cortisol levels. It improves respiratory function and helps calm the mind and restore its functions, and improves coping skills. And moreover, above all this, yoga corrects the flow of energy in your body. There is a flow of energy in your body. So if there is a disruption to that flow of energy, then there again, health issues occur. So this correction is very important in a headache journey, and yoga helps us to do that. And now, whenever I suggest yoga to my clients, I hear this common thing that, yoga doesn't work. Or I have tried all types of yoga. I've seen Instagram reels, I've seen YouTube shorts, I've seen videos on TikTok, I've tried many kinds of yoga, but it is not working for me. And I don't have 1 hour or 2 hour per day to spend on yoga. Yoga is a lengthy process. I've heard all kinds of complaints about yoga. Now, here again, let me remind you that everything has to be done personalized for your body type, your flow of energy, and what your body actually needs. It's not about blindly following some tips that is given on Instagram or YouTube or on TikTok. It's about understanding what kind of correction your body needs and then giving your body hints or help regarding that particular issue that your body is dealing with. So again, if at all you are dealing with tension headache, this is a very broad idea that I'm giving you just to emphasize why all types of yoga is not working for everyone. So if you're dealing with a tension headache, then probably Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, which is alternate nostril breathing, must be working for you, followed by a Shavasana. That will give you a good relief. But if you're dealing with a migraine headache where you have a lot of pitta imbalances, then Shitali Pranayama or cooling breath practices is good. And if you're dealing with a sinus headache where you have clogged sinuses, where everything is blocked, then you have to open it up by hummingbee breathing. So these kind of differences are there in yoga practices as well. And that is why personalization is very, very important. And that's one point we always focus at Live Your Best Life. And now coming to herbal supplements, sometimes, when you have family history of migraines, or headaches, when you have long history or your headaches are very chronic, you may need deeper corrections. And those deeper corrections can be done through herbal supplements or dietary supplements. And we often give supplements which has Triphala, which is a combination of 3 fruits, which includes amla or amalaki, Indian gooseberry in it, or ginger, and trikadu, which is a combination of long pepper, black pepper, and dry ginger again. So we combine this and make this into a herbal supplement. And that's given as an extra support to correct your deeper acne imbalances or deeper imbalances that are happening at the digestive fire level, and to correct the inflammation in the body, along with diet and yoga. So sometimes we need an extra support which your body is asking for, and that is given by herbal supplements, which has all these ingredients in it. Now coming to lifestyle, I've heard people telling me that this is very boring. Everybody tells that you do exercise, you take rest, you drink enough water. This is kind of very boring to hear. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. These are very general statements that they are making. I'm very confused on how to do this. But even though these are very simple words that you are being told, they are very powerful, because exercise is very important part of our daily routine. Rest is very important part of our daily routine. But it also, another point which is very important is what kind of exercise you are doing, what kind of exercise you can do, and also how much exercise is needed for your body. So that understanding what your body needs, how much your body can do, is very important. And hence these simple tips, if incorporated as per your body's needs, will give you a good relief for your headaches, not only your headaches, for your gut correction, for your lifestyle correction, and to deal with many other health issues also. So moderate exercise with adequate rest, having smaller, well-chewed meals, which is another part, important part of your life. Most people, due to our busy schedules, we now eat very fast. We are not aware of that. We eat very fast. So your body is finding it very difficult to process that food, which is not well-chewed. And that itself might be the contributor for your inflammation or your indigestion. So you have to slow down there. You have to understand what you can digest, how much you can digest. You have to have small, well-chewed meals. And staying hydrated is very, very important. And another important point is reduce screen time. We are all on screens now. Like we all are, everybody, including me. We use gadgets a lot these days. And that is actually disrupting our sleep routine. Our entire lifestyle is being disrupted because of the overuse of these gadgets. Gadgets are necessary. We cannot live without gadgets, or we cannot live without phones in this era. But how to use, when to use, how much to use, when to stop, that is very, very important. Some people come and tell me that they have disrupted sleep, and the only cause that I can find out is that they use gadgets towards the evenings, towards the night. They use gadgets a lot. They use phones a lot. They are on their phones till the time they are going to bed, and then they directly go to sleep. Your brain is confused when to sleep because you were exposed to artificial light till that time. And suddenly you are asking your body to sleep or your brain to sleep. That is not possible because there is a normal routine, normal messages that should be sent from your brain, from your body. And that communication is very important in your body. And you are actually disrupting that communication by using artificial lights or by using screens till the time you're going to bed, and hence your sleep is disrupted. So these kind of small corrections are very important in your daily life. And that is how we can improve our lifestyle, by incorporating these suggestions as they are needed, by knowing when to stop doing certain things. That is also very, very important. And along with this, there are some practices, Ayurvedic practices, which you can practice at home to deal with your headaches or to relieve stress, to improve your sleep, which are head massages and foot massages. So you can take some oil and you can do head massages, but I wouldn't recommend this for sinus headaches because, you know, in sinus headaches, oil is not recommended. This is actually very good for migraine headaches and tension headaches. And another practice is foot massage. So if you all are ready with your moisturizing cream or the oil that you have grabbed in the beginning, you know, when I told you, then we can try some foot massage together. So if you can come on camera, those of you who can come on camera can switch on your camera and do it along with me. Or else, if you're not comfortable to come on camera, no worries at all. You can do it along with me. I know that you'll be very attentive and you'll be doing it along with me. So I've taken a bit of sesame oil here, if you can see. This is sesame oil, which I've taken. And I have heated this, actually not direct heat. I've kept it in a pan of boiling water. And I've allowed the heat to transfer to this bowl. And thus, this oil, which I've taken, is lukewarm. So this is some sesame oil. If you have sesame oil, you can use that. If you don't have sesame oil, don't worry about it. You can use coconut oil. Or if you have some essential oil, like lavender oil, you can use that. Or, if you don't have anything right now handy, like you can use your moisturizing cream. If you don't have that also, then you can just practice the strokes with me and then do it later at home. Okay. So if at all anybody is comfortable to come on camera and do it along with me, we can do it together. Or else I'll just show you a demo. Okay. So, for the easy demonstration purpose, I'm going to show you on my palm. You have to do it on your foot, the sole of your foot. But, for easy demonstration, since it's very difficult for me to show it on my foot, I'm just showing it on my palm. So you have to imagine that this is the heel and these are the toes. Okay. So this is the heel of the sole and these are the toes of my foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of oil. Okay. I'm going to take a bit of oil. I'm going to start applying oil from the heel to the toes uniformly with gentle pressure. Please don't apply deep pressure here. Gently apply oil on the sole of your foot, gently on all parts. And once you have thoroughly applied oil, applying gentle pressure, then you can start the actual foot massage. So now that we have applied oil on our foot, so I'm reiterating the fact that this should be actually done on the sole of your foot, not on your hand. This is for easy demonstration purposes that I'm showing it to you on my hand. So gently massage it. Make sure that you have applied oil on all parts of the foot, and then slowly start massaging. So the first stroke should be circular massage on your heels. Okay. So the first stroke should be circular massage on your heels, as you are seeing right now. I'm just gently massaging in circular motions on my heels. And then slowly you can move forward, move upwards, slowly move upwards, come to the center of the sole, and then massage it in a circular manner, very slowly, no deep pressure. Don't apply pressure like this with your fingers. This is not a good way to do the massage. This is actually kind of very disturbing. This is painful. Do it with, this part of your fingers. Okay. Slowly massage it in circular motions. Go up to your toes and then make sure that you are massaging your toes as well in circular manner. Okay. So we started from our heel and then we went up to the center of the sole and then we are moving up to the toes. You can do it for 10 to 15 minutes, starting from the heel to the toes. Once you have completed here, then you can go to the other sole. You can do it on the other sole as well. And you can do it for 10 minutes on each foot. And once you are done, make sure that you're wiping the oil properly. Or if needed, you can wash it off with mild soap and water or warm water as well. Because, oil and oil on foot is very dangerous. You may slip. So it's very important to, the post procedure things are also very important. You have to wipe off the oil very clearly. Make sure there is no oil, excess oil left on your foot. And once you are done with this, you can wash it with warm water, or even soak your foot in warm water for 10 to 15 minutes. If you're a person dealing with heel pain, or you have pain on your heels when you're waking up in the morning, you can soak your foot in hot water or warm water for like 10 to 15 minutes and complete this procedure. And this procedure can be ideally done before going to bed. So before your bedtime, make sure that you are switching off all your gadgets, you're staying away from all your screens, you're dimming the lights in your room, and then doing this foot massage. And you can see that it is slowly, gradually improving your sleep, reducing your stress, and addressing the inflammations, the deeper inflammations in your body, and thus giving you relief from headaches. So this is one way to manage, or one lifestyle suggestion that you can incorporate daily to improve your stress response, to improve your sleep, and then deal with your headaches also. So this is the method that you should follow. And before we wind up, let me remind you one more thing. Now that we have learned that headaches can be due to many, many things. It can be due to family history, it can be due to stress, it can be due to allergies, or many other triggering factors. We have to do what is needed for our headaches. We have to understand the root cause of headaches and then deal with it. So to work with an expert is absolutely necessary here, and don't just settle for one solution, which is painkillers. At some point, we may need painkillers. I'm not denying that at all, but let us not make ourselves addicted to those painkillers. Let's not make painkillers a part of our daily routine. So it's important to understand the root cause of your headaches and improve the quality of life. And a combination of herbal supplements, diet, yoga, and lifestyle will help you to do this. Let holistic health help you regain your health. So with that, I hand over the session to Dr. Baswati. I'm looking forward to working with all of you online, one-to-one, to understand you in a better way, to understand what the imbalances you have, and help you in your headache journey. So thank you all. Thank you for listening. And thank you so much. And to explain the further journey with Live Your Best Life, I hand over the session to Dr. Baswati.
Thank you, Dr. Neetu. So Dr. Baswati is not able to be here because of some technical issues. So before we get into the question and answer session, I would like to take a couple of minutes of your time, because a lot of people have asked us